Hi, welcome to my journey. I haven't been out, a day or two. Did you miss me? Anyway, today we are getting out. The sky is so blue and beautiful. How can we not get out? Um, yeah, let's get out and see what we can see. Hold on. Okay. So, my temperature gauge says 56 degrees. That's kind of chilly for me. Okay. Today is Thursday. We have to put the garbage out tonight. Yes. Or at least before morning. Whew. I did my lightweight exercises this morning when I fed the dog and let them out. Okay. So, yeah. I wanted to pick up some toilet paper and put back up that some folks took out. I guess they was challenging a light post. Alright. Yeah, it still says 56, so it's cold. Even though the sun is out, it's cold. Watching some videos. And relaxing, pretty much. I'm still not able to breathe that well. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go to the you hear how congested I am? I can't breathe through my nose at all. So I'm thinking what I'll do is go to, a dollar store or the Dollar Tree and try to pick up some medication. You better get away from my car. My God. I mean, if I roll down my window and say come here, then that means come here. Don't fuck with me. Grown ass men begging. Fucking grown ass men begging. Able bodied. They can stand up on a fucking corner for 8-10 hours begging. Right? But they won't use that to go and do some work because they're afraid of being undercutted. Right? They're afraid of being undercutted. They won't get the money that they feel like they should be able to charge because somebody else out there is probably getting, paid, $1,200 a day to do a job. So this is one of the things that I was watching, right? And this lady was making very clear to me. She was making it very clear to me that when you live somewhere, and yes, everybody is able to pay whatever they want to pay their employees, right? But when your services are all charging the same amount of money, that's where the discrepancy lies, right? So, and of course, they're doing it because they feel like, oh, people are able to move around. People can go to this state and that state, and capitalize off of demographics. Okay, and that's true, right? People are able to do that, but you're mad because you're not able to do that, right? You're not able to put in place logistics that allow you, to buy cheap and go someplace and then sell it for more, right? However, it costs to fill that demand. It does in another area, right? Say for instance, we see that China is making, a small size RV, right? And it's cheaper, okay? But they fulfill the demand of the people that want what that RV can provide for them, right? It's small size, it's lighter weight, probably has can park anywhere, right? Can go through, don't have to worry about height, okay? And I'm just telling you that sometimes, it's worth it to get what you want, pay the logistics to bring it where you need it to be, okay? And then, you'll have what you want. Otherwise, you end up buying something, trying to, convert it yourself, pay people to convert it, and it just becomes somewhat problematic because you end up spending way more than you intended, right? I have watched people who have bought, basic vans, right? Basic vans, and then summarize after they converted their van how they wanted it, to realize that they had put in $20,000 worth of work, right? So now, what would have been $20,000 converted land van living, now is $60,000, $50,000. Right? Because they had got a used van. You buy a brand new van, you're spending that much for the brand new van, $50,000, $60,000. It's a shame. It's a shame. Now, Minnie Van Lee, shout out to her. Shout out to Minnie Van Lee. Minnie Van Lee, she's wrote several books on, living in a van, and sometimes just some entertaining, living in a van type of literature. She basically says that she sleeps on the floor, right? She doesn't have to have a whole cot set up, for her van. Okay? And that's cool, right? She says she has the knees for it and it works for her, right? And instead of having a whole big old build out, right, she just bought, plastic containers for storage. And it works. It works for her, right? And honestly, it doesn't even look as cluttered as some of these other places, other vans and stuff, where they actually, you know, have to put in built-ins and bolt it down, and you know, and have, you know, this aesthetic of, I don't know, studio type look of their van. And it's not absolutely necessary, right? Wanderlust, she doesn't have a bed platform. However, she does have, you know, some pillows that she sets down, you know, when she's ready to sleep. So, interesting to me. You know, how people will feel like you have to, you know, you have to have a form of a cot. Now, if you're a regular camper, right? If you're a regular camper, right? You're traveling, and when possible, you get out and you start camping. To me, that would make sense to have a cot, right? Because you want to get off of the ground when it's cold, right? You want to get off of the ground so that not every creepy crawly thing can get on you. Right? Shit. So, I keep watching these things, and I keep wondering, you know, why I'm so attracted to watching these videos. Right? And so then I came across this one lady, well, two ladies that bought big SUVs. Right? One lady, she's living out of a Tahoe. I think it's a Tahoe, a GMC Denali, right? And another lady, she's living out of an Expedition that she bought used and stuff. Well, she's not living out of it, but she bought it so that she could pull a trailer. She did find her a trailer. What was that? Lisa of Earth or something like that. She did buy her a trailer. She found her a trailer, a used trailer, and she bought it. So she bought the car, she bought the trailer, and now she just waiting to retire. And once she retires, she says she's gonna live in this, you know, RV community while she looks for land that she can buy and set up her trailer on. Basically a homestead, because that's how she envisioned her retirement, right? If we're here on this planet Earth to live out our dreams, you know, what's stopping you, right? What's stopping you, right? So I'm gonna go over here to this Dollar Tree, and I definitely have to buy some things, right? But I didn't want to buy a whole bunch of groceries, you know, because I had to go inside of a grocery store. Because that's what I would do. If I have to go inside a grocery store, I'll end up buying a bunch of fucking groceries, right? And I don't want to do that yet. Okay, hold on.